Hello everyone, welcome. Welcome to David's Kitchen. Today we are still ripening in the window here. We've got our tomatoes from our gardens that are still slowly ripening. We grab a tomato whenever we feel like it, you know. That's the nice thing about growing your own tomatoes, it's fantastic. We are today going to make a mock lobster linguine. We are going to add a little of this seaweed, which many of you have probably seen at the market. It's incredible. If you haven't, you should get some. Yes, it's roasted seasoned seaweed. Winter harvest. I got this at Costco, but these are about $1 a piece. I'm just going to take a few of these wafers out of here. But really an essential ingredient. See that? They're like amazing. They're toasted, roasted. They're really good. And assuming that you got them recently, you might have a little radiation from Fukushima on there. But hey, don't worry about it. On the upside, radiation isn't as bad as they say. Okay, so I'm going to take a couple of wafers of these seaweeds things, put them in here. Yeah, I think 3 wafers would be great. And I'm just going to put a little water on them. Okay, now if you're in a war-torn country and have nothing, this is your dinner. That's your dinner right there. Dinner for a family of 4. Yeah, I'm sorry to say, but that's how it is with a lot of people in the world. I don't know if you Americans know that. A lot of you need to tune in. All right. So when you invite them into your country, you Democrats, you're asking for it. You're going to have people coming into the country sucking you dry. Everything you got, because they're hungry. And that's what they do. They get in caravans, they travel up to our country because they don't have any food. Food is a motivator. And they hear about America's free food stamps and Donald Trump giving all these illegal aliens free food stamps like he does. You gotta wonder. Yeah. I got the Brillo pasta. Yes, Barilla. $1 for all this linguine. And this is a non-GMO product. So look for the non-GMO label when buying your pasta. $1 for this. And as with all pastas, I have to get the water going. So I'm going to go ahead and fill this container up with my filtered water. I do not recommend boiling tap water. That means the tap water will go right in your system, and all those chemicals that tap water has will enter your spaghetti or your linguine. No, $1 is a good deal for a pasta. If you see it for $1, like at Kroger, I bought that at Kroger. We have a version of Kroger out here. It's called Fred Meyer. All right, I'm going to get it about half full. You don't need to overdo the water. The more water you put in, the more money your energy costs will be, right? And I will put it on the burner over here and start it up at level 6. I'm also going to add a little bit of Himalayan sea salt with 85 minerals in it. That was filtered. Now that was filtered water. That's not tap water. It's reverse osmosis filtered water. Okay, I'm going to throw a little sea salt in there for flavoring. You know, you can overdo the sea salt. I did some in my oatmeal the other day, and it's like, yeah, very subtle difference. You have to really know what you're doing with your sea salt. Yeah, gotta love that Himalayan sea salt. And I get that at Ross for Less for $2.99. Yeah, I think that's the best deal Ross has going, actually. Normally it's $6.99. I got it for $2.99. Yeah, always look for good value. That's part of David's Kitchen. Whenever you're shopping at any store, look around for the clearance items. Seriously. You can buy a bulk mayonnaise sometimes, organic. I bought a bulk organic mayonnaise for 50 cents a piece for a quart. Yeah, you can really find some good stuff if you just look around. Keep your eyes open for red tags. Yes. Okay. Today we're going to be chopping up an onion, basically a medium-sized onion. I got a little portion of a large one there. A couple sprigs of celery, and I know Howie doesn't like celery, so I'm putting it in there. And some of these carrots. Yeah. I rinse off all my vegetables, making sure that they're nice and clean. And these are organic onions. I buy them in bulk, 10 pounds for $5.99. No pesticides, no herbicides, non-GMO, not genetically modified. You're gonna love the smell of a beautiful yellow onion. Wonderful, love it. Okay, this burner over here, I'm gonna start up at level 3. See that? I'm kind of magically turning it on here. There we go. I'm just going to throw a little olive oil on there. Spending out my atomizer. Just glazing the surface. Perfect. All right, let's get that hot. Yes. All right, we're going to take a knife and cut this onion in portions. And we do the standard dice that we normally do. Just kind of hold your hands over it like that and go down. Making sure your knife is sharp. And then get the base nice and tight there. And cross the base, because you don't want really concentrated pieces of onion in your dish, otherwise people will go, ooh, that's weird. It gets more concentrated toward the bottom. Same with the celery. We're looking at you cut the base off the celery. And I'm going to kind of splice the celery, and I'm not going to take any of the outer threading off. I'm just going to leave it. All right. And just go nice and tight. Make kind of it looks okay to have them like this, you know? It doesn't matter if it's really tightly diced. These can be a little bit spindly. Because what you're adding is texture to your meal. Because no one wants to eat just pasta. Okay, I'm going to pull the lettuce off, but you can cook with it. And any pieces that are orange, you want to get rid of that. Nice. Okay, I know everybody wants mushrooms and everything, but we're not putting mushrooms in here. The item that's going to take a lot of long time are the carrots. So I'm going to actually cut those carrots and dice them like little pieces of lobster. So you can imagine what little pieces of lobster look like. Right, little medallions of lobster. Now you see that? You don't want that in your dinner. Anything that doesn't look edible, you don't want in your dinner. Okay, we're just going to kind of like slice off little medallions of these little pre-peeled organic onions that I got at Costco for amazingly 5 pounds. Or no, yeah, 5 pounds for $5.99. So virtually $1.20 a pound for organic carrots. That's a pretty good deal. I think the vegetables will be about $1. Now tonight's mock lobster taste is coming from an ingredient that the dollar store sells. Readily available. It's called lobster bisque. Yeah. And I know you're going to get pissed off when I tell you there's MSG in here. Wow. Yeah, monosodium glutamate. You're going to have to deal with that. It's not a life ender. It won't be the end of your life, but lobster bisque has got a unique flavor, and it's going to bring out the flavoring, and also is the cream sauce base for your meal, as opposed to mushroom soup, which also causes Also has monosodium glutamate. No one has a direct link between MSG and cancer. Show me your link. I've researched this. And I'm waiting too. If you can't get me a link in 3 seconds, you don't know how to Google. All right. Show me the link. I am not a robot. Fafuhi. That is incorrect. You are throwing me into a reboot. Beep, beep, beep. I am not a robot. Beep, 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 beep. Default. Hi, I'm David. And I'm here to cook you a wonderful meal. For those of you who believe I'm a robot, I like to give you a little bit of food for thought. All right. Let me get the menagerie of things in there. And what I like to do is just hold the breadboard over a hot pan so you get the sizzle. You get that sizzle that everyone loves. Now there are some meat products in this dish, so I've only shown you $2 or $3 of the food items. So I'm also going to be adding some pink salmon steaks, which are harvested wild outside of China. This is also a $1 product at the dollar store. That will replicate the pinkness of lobster and bring out that fish taste, and we will be using all the broth in here. Normally I would rinse that product, but no. And minced clams. Snow's minced clams, also $1 at the dollar store. Additionally, I'm using Del Monte sweet peas, which is also a product that comes out non-GMO now. This happens to be before they did the non-GMO labeling, but it's the same product. So Del Monte now is a very good product. They do a lot of non-GMO stuff. Check the cans. In fact, there's a sale going on in my area for 79 cents a can for Del Monte non-GMO. Already pre-cooked, ready to eat. And I want to show you guys another product that you might run across in the dollar store. And I've gotten a few of these over the past few years, but you generally don't see a lot of these. But this is Giovanni's lobster spread. Now, lobster, as you know, is a scavenger food, and the ultra-rich don't eat it, in case you didn't know. In fact, back in the 1930s, the rich would never eat lobster. But contrary to popular belief that it's some sort of a delicacy, most people don't realize that when you're ultra-rich, you won't eat scavenger food. Yes. Yes, there's lobster meat in it. Number one ingredient, lobster meat. Yeah. You have to have a magnifying glass to read the label, but it's good. All right, now that's not included in the $6 price. I'm just throwing that in there because it's been in the cupboard for about 4 years, and I really need to eat it. Thank you. Exactly. I don't eat scavenger meat. Hold on, please. I have a phone call. Hello. Can I help you? Hello. Yes, go ahead. Go ahead, talker. Hello? Oh, the talker decided not to talk. So sorry. Right. They only eat the foreskins of little babies that they're, yeah. That was a horrible story about that Tree of Life synagogue where 11 people allegedly died recently. That synagogue has been under litigation. One of the rabbis, Rabbi Mordecai Rosenberg, cut off a little boy's penis. I'm just telling you, it's a very serious thing, and I think the church was under a lot of financial stress when they made the deal. We're going to make you a deal where everybody in your church is not going to be around, and you make a lot of money. You into this deal, you know? What are we doing here? Oh, yes. Doxing people, yeah. Well, Mark admitted to taking out 350 million VPNs. That's a lot of IP addresses. Yep. Well, whenever you see meat that's free, no, of course not. No. I don't do like roadkill, if you're asking me that, yeah. Now let's talk about lobster linguine. It sounds nasty. I'm so glad you came to the show. We can talk about this mock lobster linguine in just a few minutes while we're getting our water boiling here. Well, it might have helped to cover it. And by the way, always put your ladles in here this way. Yeah, don't ever put your ladle out here like that. That's bad news. It's got to be over here. Kids can grab it, even you could grab it, and you'd have hot water all over your foot and the 3rd-degree burns. Yeah, 2nd-degree burns. David, have you gained weight? No, I have not. I have a sculpted physique. My body is big, like a big bull. I'm about 230 pounds and rock solid. It just so happens that people like me who work out all the time end up building these larger than abs. They're flabs. They're flabs of steel. Yes, so they have large extra muscle. All right, so we're going to go ahead and garlic is half the meal, I agree. And you know, you remind me of that every single time we do this. So I'm going to come to you with this garlic in my garlic roaster. Well, I will hand select one of the finest garlics in my collection. I hand grew this in my garden, my organic garden. So we're going to put a little garlic in there. You betcha. Do I even lift? No, I don't lift, dude. I used to lift back when I was in my 20s. But no, when you get older, you don't want to lift. You want to do a lot of low-impact aerobics. I do a thing I call Tai Chi Bo, where you do your kata in slow motion. That kind of thing. Yeah, it's a lot better. And you still get the same results. You kick ass. I don't want to go to that link because it's a video and it'll start my computer in different directions. I just invented that word, so don't please patent it. Thank you. No, Billy Blanks doesn't own the Tai Chi Bo trademark. Thank you. Okay, we have it boiled. And we've got a hot pan. You ready? Here we go. Everything's going on hot oil. Listen to the sizzle. Put it all in there. Yeah. I think I lost a carrot, but oh well, it'll just dehydrate and save the mice. Yeah, get that on a nice sizzle going. Opening up the pan here, we're going to throw in linguine in the salted boiling water. Watch me do this. You grab it by the head, pull out the shaft, and then break it right over the water. Hallelujah! And then rotate. Yeah, I learned how to do this a long time ago, so it's a matter of trial and error. Sometimes if you blow it, you end up having, hey, we should do this like an exercise show. Yeah, double thing. I'd be able to do exercise at the same time and drink coffee and cook. And hey, you got to stir that pasta right away. I recommend wooden spatulas. And you know what I love to do? Stir the hot steaming vegetables too. There you go. Just let those sit on the hot grill with no extra water. We're kind of browning them. I am going to go ahead and break this garlic. So let's take a look at how to do that. Here's a typical garlic piece. Pulling the knife away from your hand, just give it a little pound and you got yourself ready to pull garlic bulbs without having to peel them. See how they just broke right off? That's my favorite little trick in cooking. Love it. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Love it. And give it a little crush. We'll put that in with the clams. We'll make the clams the first thing to hit the pan because that'll be the hot, you know, the briny clam juice. You want to leave all the clam juice you can. Stir that linguine, you don't want it to stick. Number one thing is keep a good roaring boil. It's going to take about 13 minutes. Otherwise it sticks down there and you won't be able to get it off the pan. Now I also used to do this trick, which I think we do need a little Italian seasoning. I knew that you'd say, Dave, where's your Italian seasoning? There it is. Uh-oh. That's a search and rescue helicopter. I know the sound. Yeah, we have all these planes flying over our heads all the time. I throw a little Italian seasoning in the water. About a half a teaspoon if you want to splurge. It's an idea to actually flavor the linguine with a little bit of spice. Yeah, yes. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and throw the can of clams. Another search and rescue helicopter. Possibly the same one. But a different signature. That was not a Sikorsky. The previous one was a Sikorsky. Huh. That's weird. Wonder why we'd have two helicopters flying over our house. Warning, warning. Okay. As with all dishes like this, you want to use all the juices. They really add the flavor. Normally I would pull this out, but no. Okay, just go ahead and put the entire dish in there, including the can. Oh, now I'm going to throw the water out of this salmon. Because look at the salmon. It's just like, how pathetic, you know? Poor salmon. So don't do as I say, do as I do. I'm going to give it a little rinse. Now there are some bones in this particular salmon, so yeah, give it a stir again. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to save the can of salmon till later, but I'm going to pull these bones out. Right down the middle. Makes it kind of easy to pull the bones out, so yeah, I didn't want to go with that. We're going to go with that and kind of throw that in toward the back end of this. I'm going to throw the garlic in right now. I'm going to take the temperature up to 6 on both burners right now. Level 6. So now you're heating up faster. Yeah, yeah, soft. Nice. Lobster. Rock a lobster. I assume nothing is really happening in the news right now, otherwise you'd be saying, Dave, have you heard that the fires? I know a lot of people have died recently. Thank you. No, my hair is great, not gray. No, I don't have any, no, I've got harsh lighting. It lightens everything up. They come off a Chinese boat, yes. Do you want to save some money making your dinner, or do you want to just complain about your food like Howie? And he's still looking up an article that links MSG with cancer. Okay. Let's take a look. The brain-destroying cancer-causing ingredient hidden in your food. Brain-destroying cancer-causing ingredient. What is it? MSG? Huh. It excites brain cells to death, creates brain lesions, and causes leptin insensitivity. Oh man, the fresh stuff is already in the pan, Raz Nation. We're cooking the fresh stuff right now. Another twist to the linguine. Give everything a nice stir. We've got a nice saute going with clams and onions and carrots and celery. You might as well throw a little Italian seasoning in there too. Another half teaspoon in there. With the garlic, you're good. Yeah, I normally, a lot of this is just bulletproof vesting, so you'll have to understand, I have to wear the vest during the show. In case somebody shoots me from a distance, I have to at least have something to cover a bullet that may enter my body. Yeah. Not that they could find a shot from this angle, but... Mock lobster should be illegal. I'm passing on this can here. See that? Take that out of the recipe mix. Okay, bring on Bar Harbor seafood stock. I got this at the Walmart in my area, in Mount Vernon, for $1. And there is no MSG. It's got clam stock, fish stock, lobster stock, onions, celery, carrots, salt, dry white wine, lemon, whole peppercorns. We won't be cooking with any MSG this entire. We won't. I agree. I'm going to go with your recommendation. I'm keeping that for specifically survival food. Thank you, Howie. So we'll go with the top of the line for $1. Seafood stock I got at Walmart in the clearance section from Bar Harbor. Thank you. Now is a good time to take your rehydrated mix here and throw it in there. That's your seaweed. Yeah, throw that in there. Okay, I think the linguine we can turn off and just cover right up. So take that level 6 down to nothing, put the lid on slightly ajar so you don't want to get a lot of bubbles coming up because they will blow out of there if you bubble it up. Keep a little bit of jar on that cover and then just let it sit in its own hot water. Great way to save energy. Expiration date on the Bar Harbor 2020, March. Well, I'll be eating at the buffet, at the all organic non-GMO buffet in the right down below the Oval Office or somewhere near it. No, I think the Oval Office is on the other wing, or where the buffet is going to be. But I will be able to get to it fairly quickly. We're going to install a complete booth in there for me to eat in, so I'll have about 8 or 9 inches of bulletproof glass. No, it won't be like a Golden Corral. It'll be a high-end buffet, and we will have nothing but the finest specialty food with a low-cost perspective. Meaning, it's not going to be more than $15. Yeah, and that'll be 24/7. You know, Ryan's does a pretty good job. I like Ryan's. I really do. I'm sorry that they got taken in and the corporation sold out to a larger company, but I really like them. No, low cost, high quality. Blink. Organic non-GMO for 15 is incredible. I mean, if I can shoot for that in 2021, that'll be great. Because the average price now for a buffet is even a standard lunch is about $15. Okay, this is stock, so we're just going to go ahead and bend the thing in there, and I'm going to set that there. I'm going to take my Wonder flour from 1975 when they didn't have GMOs or anything that was known like genetically modified anything. This is Wonder from a very old container. I'm still using it up. I'm going to put this on top of the of the vegetables. Just sprinkle it on top. Watch this. You can do this with regular flour. And then move all the seaweed around, kind of break it up. What you're doing is making a thickening agent. And all the vegetables are still cooking very well. So you can throw a little of that lobster or seafood broth in there, and then alternatively add a little, once this is hot, add a little wondra. So we're going to take that up to a higher flame. The idea is to slowly thicken it. Otherwise, we would get that stuff that has MSG in it. Yeah. Now, what you're experiencing in real time is called flex cooking. That I'm developing this concept so that all of you know that you can make dinners on the fly with limited ingredients. Even when you've got somebody like Howie telling you, hey, by the way, MSG is killing your brain cells, Dave. I rarely eat MSG, Howie. I was trying to slip it into this meal, but you're right. I'm just going to keep it for survival food. You're absolutely right. And if you don't like the small amount of salmon that we're going to be using in this dish, there's another option. Hey, where's my option? Well, I thought there was. Oh, there it is. Yeah. We did this last week with a Mac Attack a couple weeks ago. This entire can of mackerel sells for $1 as well. Yeah. The bottle of organic maple syrup was, I believe, $12. Yeah. No, we go for the best. We don't settle for less than organic maple syrup. I mean, if you're going to have pancakes, and we don't have pancakes or waffles that much, you got to get the best. I'm living Fallout 4. Hey, I want to show you a product that's now available. Oh, I better get some more wonder in there. Yeah, once it comes to a boil, hit it with wondra. I think I hear Sarah coming in, I'm not sure. And then put a little more fish stock in there. Okay, and then take it up to a boil again. It's kind of a process. It's the alternative to what Howie has me not doing. So, I know a cowboy that eats real good. Well, that's good. Well, I'll be in D.C. when I win the election. We don't do any corn syrup in this dish, and I don't like corn syrup because of the genetically modified nature. Yeah, you can order takeout, yeah. Hey, I'm going to pull that linguine because it's definitely going to overcook if I don't pull it out of there. So, here comes the next phase. We'll put fix the camera on the sink area. There we go. And just go ahead and run some water so it doesn't burn the sink. Wow, look at that linguine. Wow. It's trying to stick a little bit, so I'm going to let it set with there. A little more water goes to the bottom, and then you mix it around until it breaks free, and then you put it through again. And you keep doing that until you have the water breaking up every last bit of linguine in there. Let me give it a little help. Okay. Well, that's going to have to do. Oh well, I didn't get quite all of it, but I've let it soak, and we'll be back on track. Okay, so next up, wow, more wondra, and then mix it. Keep mixing it. Nice. And more fish stock. Put it all in there. Okay. You can also use chicken broth. That's another option. Hey, other Nick, you're not allowed to do that. Yeah, you can't do it more than once. You can't vote more than once either. Yeah, so you're going to be able to find enough ingredients, and I was really disappointed to find out that cream of mushroom soup has MSG in it. So for all of you people who are going to worry about MSG, I'm going to try to find a soup replacement, and I found one. Yeah, we've got a couple versions here. Introducing Progresso Organic. Progresso Organic has amazing product line. I can't get over they sell it. I got this on sale for $1.99 a can. Yeah, cream of mushroom soup is good, but it has MSG in it. That's my point, Scantron. Yeah. Then get cream of celery. Just avoid MSG, okay? But this is non-genetically modified chicken, organic, non-GMO food, amazing. Product that Progresso has finally put out a product. These things were retailing for $3.99. I got them for $1.99 each. They make chicken noodle soup too. Isn't that amazing? So I was really pleased to see those, and I purchased them. I guess that wasn't Sarah. She's not here. Oh well. Oh, that's right. Tonight's a late night for her, so she won't be until about 7 or so. 7 or 8. You were bussed by Democrats to election sites and give us disguises. We voted multiple times. Are you serious? You need to contact the Federal Election Commission with a testimonial. You'd be very helpful. Write to fec.gov and tell them about it. Yeah, tell them you'd love to be interviewed. Tell them you had no idea why they were doing that. Yeah, you be the whistleblower. You might get whistleblower money. Tell them you're a whistleblower. I'm not good at remembering really bad jokes. Yeah, I have a way of forgetting really bad jokes. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get a little bit more Wonder in there, or regular flour. Give it another spin. Keep it boiling. We're still at level 6. We haven't changed from level 6. And that's great. Just keep it in there. Get it to the point where it's thick enough to add a little bit of yogurt to it. Because I've got some yogurt I need to eat up. Yeah. Nice, beautiful, creamy Greek gods, Greek yogurt. Yummy. Oh, you saw my feet? No, you didn't. No, you didn't. No, that's designed specifically to not show you my feet. All the cameras are angled so that because I've got really nice feet. And a lot of you people have a lot of sick thoughts in your mind. Yeah. You're a bunch of perverts. You know you are. All right, I'm going to take because Howie put me through this, I'm going to take a big blob of this yogurt and throw it in there. Yeah, nice big blob. Maybe a couple blobs. Thanks, Howie. He's only trying to protect our health, everybody. Howie cares about us. That's good yogurt. I love that particular blend. It says probiotic, Greek gods, traditional yogurt, natural, no artificial flavors. Fantastic, thank you. All right, give that a good spin with the old spatula. Get that yogurt in there and kind of move it around. You want to keep it boiling. Everything's boiling. Yes. Now, condensed soup would definitely replace what I just did. Okay, you can keep the cover off and just let it kind of come to a boil again. Now I'm going to pop open I've got my salmon. I'm going to just throw that right on top of everything. Okay? And I have that Giovanni's lobster spread. I'm going to throw that on top of there too. Hey, the better it smells, the better it tastes. You're throwing this on there. Wow, this stuff, it almost looks like lobster. See that? Smells kind of like lobster, I guess. Not everybody is able to eat fresh Pacific salmon like I do every day. So I thought I'd cook for Thursdays. I just kind of do a standard way of cooking, that people all around the world can eat. Now you don't want to push the salmon apart. Leave the salmon intact, but break up the pate. Keep it at level 6. Keep running it at a high level. Lovely. Now I'm going to crack the sweet peas. Yeah. I'm going to drain those peas. Now Del Monte makes these non-GMO peas, which is great for $1 at Walmart. I'm going to put reverse osmosis filtered water in there and then just give it a little shake. There you go. And then just drain it right out. Otherwise it has that weird pea smell. Everybody hates canned peas. Kids do especially. And it's like, ooh, yucky, right? Well, I got to tell you that they're full of nutrition. I stand by peas. I really think that peas are a staple. That's why I'm going to put them in my cream sauce right now. Stand by your peas when you are making mock lobster. Yeah. All right, so we're almost ready to mix and fuse everything together. We get out our beautiful plate for 6. You can probably get 8 meals out of this, but who's counting? I'm rinsing out the cans because I definitely recycle. And my area no longer takes small recyclables. David, cooking is not added 20 random cans into a pan, hoping it's not turned out what you're doing is gross and I'd pay more money to not. Blake, you're entitled to your belief, but believe me, everybody I've cooked for, they tell me, David, this is scrumptious. This is absolutely scrumptious. Yeah. Scrumptious. Okay, I'm going to put the linguine at the bottom of this pan, but I'm going to put a little oil on it. Just spraying it with the atomizer. Oh, that should have come out a little sooner because it's like a briquette. So you kind of have to poke it and move it around. See that? Kind of spread it out. Yeah, earlier you just kind of just soldered the pan. Okay, we're about ready to add the top ingredient, which is already pre-cooked. The pre-cooked cans could be replaced by frozen. We're going to throw everything on top right now. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, drop. There you go. The mock lobster linguine is done. Amazing. Mock lobster. We'll cover that up with some water in it. I'm going to go ahead and maneuver it a little bit with the spatula. I'm not putting plastic in here. This is strictly a wooden spatula that I acquired from a Chinese store in San Francisco in 1982. All right. I was looking for a wok. And I said, where I find wok? Yeah, beautiful. Look at that lovely dinner. And guess what I'm going to top it off with? You guessed it. Parmesan. No, this is my dinner. I eat this. I take my time and I 1, 2, 3 slop. It's Slop-giving dinner. Welcome everybody. Hey, we will be making a Thanksgiving turkey, and yeah, it didn't take an hour. It took about a half an hour. I took a little longer to talk during this show, but let me get into the other room because this is ridiculous. I'm gonna throw a cover over this. Let me get some Parmesan from here. Man, I really get my exercise. I get a lot of bending. You know, I'm almost down to my last Parmesan in this huge mega container I got for $5.99. 24 ounces of Parmesan. I'm gonna go ahead and put it all on top. Look at that. Just put it all in there. I'm not gonna want to open this again. Well, maybe I will. Okay, that's good. It's ready to go, everybody. Dinner for 6 or more for $6. Hey, thanks for watching. I will be uploading this later tonight at 2 in the morning. Until then, see you guys in the show. I'll be in about a minute and a half. Take care, everybody. Thank you for watching David's Kitchen.